Alrighty, Warwick versus Lissandra. This should be pretty fun. Might get hard countered, but yeah, well, we'll have to see. So we're gonna go for the cruel experiments to try to further scale up our units. I think this is probably like best in slot for Warwick. Pretty much always want to take it. Hey, Ruffled. Big guns is always really nice, but especially when we're going up against an opponent that we know has a high likelihood of getting tough. So big guns is going to be very important to still be able to get some damage procs off, even if the enemy does have tough, and so our effects don't get completely shut down. And then Black Shield is going to be really nice, because again, in Lissandra Adventure, there's a lot of very annoying spells, so being able to block those can be very nice. And for Warwick, most of our units don't sit on the board that long, so even if they eat one spell, that's normally all they need. Now, it's going to be some like Warwick that might be on the board a little bit longer. His spell shield will probably get popped and then it being a problem. But overall, I think this should be pretty good. Now, if any of the targets throughout this adventure get the one where every time they take damage, they go up by 2/2, that's going to be pretty much a direct counter to our 4-star. So that should be fun to go against and see how we do there. And then a lot of opponents do have that tough, which also just shuts down a good amount of our damage. We're trying to mitigate that with big guns, but there's effects like our 4-star that it's not really gonna be able to overpower it all. The tough is just gonna completely shut it down. I thought I'd prefer Ambessa rather than Warwick, but I found Warwick really fun, and it's my favorite between the two in the end. Yeah, I was always really excited for Warwick, because again, I like the more villain or quote-unquote evil characters. I just think they're more interesting generally, although, I mean, you could say the exact same thing with Ambessa, but especially ones that are essentially like a monster, I think they're much more interesting. So I was very excited for Warwick, and like a little disappointed at first, but the more I play him, the more I actually enjoy playing him, and yeah, I've actually been having a lot of fun with him. I think he's a pretty good pick, and he's also better than I was. Well, my first thought of him, I thought he was going to be very good, and then after I was playing him for a little bit, I was like, I don't know if he's really there. But the more I've been playing him, especially at 6 stars, it's like, you know what, I think he can actually rival a lot of the other champions in his region, and he's not just like the worst. They made Warwick powers a bit more interesting. They do carry him a lot. Yeah, his powers are a lot of fun. I really like the fact that his 6-star is just the 3rd rank of your like 1 and 2-star or 1 and 3-star. I think that's pretty interesting. And overall, the 6-star does work out pretty well. Hello, Morgan. All right, so we're going to be going through and doing the Lissandra adventure, but also we'll probably potentially pause at different points to kind of just talk about the champion overall and theory craft, like, okay, what type of support champions we really want for him, what weaknesses do we need to try to overcome with maybe getting drafting or powers, and then if we see any cards that are like really good, we'll just pause and take a little screenshot of it to potentially throw in the guide later. So let's grab him. Let's go over for Lissandra. We'll drop a quick ad break though, so that other people don't get hit by pre-rolls. So you need to stand up, get a drink, go to the bathroom, anything like that, go ahead and do that right now. Although I think if you got hit by the pre-rolls, I don't think you get hit with the ads. I don't know. Hello, Tora. Gwen is so damn good as a support champion. Yeah, I could see Gwen being pretty solid. She gets the bonus from the increased power. Her spell effect when she's leveled also does a lot of damage, which would scale you up even more. I was really liking Samira as well, but yeah, we can drop Gwen. I just have my little notebook to the side, so I'll probably go. I hesitate between 6-star him or Jinx. While I know Jinx is stronger, I feel like it might not counter that much. Her weakness, such as high HP encounters, countering the burn archetype. Jinx, while yes, she is strong without her 6-star, without the 6-star, if you're trying to take her into high-end encounters, you do actually need it. Because you do run out of steam, and you need the extra damage to actually be able to clear. So if you're taking Jinx into 5.5 or 6-star encounters, you're going to need her 6-star. Otherwise, like, you might be able to fight a war of attrition and eventually get there, but it is actually pretty good to get for Jinx. All right, everyone should be back. All right, so apparently Ruffled, you got hit by the ads. What I was just saying is that while Jinx without her 6-star is strong, if you are trying to take Jinx into 6-star or higher encounters, you do actually normally need the 6-star because you do run out of steam. At least if you're trying to go for her normal kind of OP build where you discard your entire hand and use your super mega death rockets and you're trying to end the first or second turn, which is the normal way people play Jinx. Like, I suppose you could try to go for a build where you're maybe going for like Chemtech Duplicator and you're maybe like trying to stall out a little bit. So if you want to completely play her in probably a different way, you could probably still do it. You would just not have to play her in the normal way. If you're trying to use Jinx to end like in the first couple turns, then yeah, the 6-star is pretty needed. I'm playing both the champions a lot. I mean, right now we're trying to get through for the guide. Or trying to test them out for the guides that we're going to be working on this weekend. Let's try to... Right, we get our support champion first. I guess we should look for what Lissandra has. Attack deal 1 to my blocker and the enemy nexus. That's not too bad because that's 2 ticks of damage. He's probably going to die from the Reckoner's Mark, but he's actually not terrible. Granted, we don't really like the stuff he comes with. Akshan is pretty good. I like any 2-cost champions. Gifts isn't terrible. Yeah, I don't really like Bomber Twins or the Unraveled Earth. But also, these both are kind of expensive. We also don't really want to deal with a landmark on our board. I mean, that's the same issue for Ziggs as well. I kind of like how much damage Ziggs has, but that attack effect, he's normally probably going to die from Ravenous. Although Ravenous Hydra with our scaling, he could take out a massive unit. Yeah, I think let's actually go for Ziggs and potentially cut the other 2. And he's, yeah, probably never going to level, and that's fine. Warwick also feels great with Voidborn Carapace along with Succubus Brand. Very easy way to give Warwick keywords. Yeah, he's actually pretty versatile in the builds you can go with him. Probably be 6-starring Caitlyn or Echo with my Nova. Kate is way closer to it than Echo. Caitlyn's a lot of fun. When you target an ally with a single target spell, I don't think we do that at all. Easy Prey. Again, I don't really think we care about the husks. This actually isn't terrible. For one, generating the flash bomb traps is a decent way to get some more damage down. Also, the fact you're elusive. Now, the flash bomb traps could backfire if the enemy has I'm Inevitable. I think let's try to get something a little bit better. Allies have Overwhelmed. They're all pretty much going to have that. I think we can go for Vanguard Lookouts, honestly. They're 2 units at the start of the game, giving us some good blockers. It's not crazy, but we could potentially scale them up. Yeah, I don't want to use all my rerolls here. Yesterday I ran Warwick with stacked deck, and it just took as many cards as possible, ended up with almost 90 cards in the deck, and 6/6, it was great. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and go here for gold chest. Shop. Alright, so blowback's a lot of damage. Deal 1 to an enemy and the enemy nexus. And then we can increase that, but it already doing 4 damage, like that's gonna hit really hard. So we could also make this hit harder as well. And then we do have big guns. Let's, I think, go for the blowback. Support, deal 1 to my support ally, give me 1/1 this round. Reckoner's Mark. Another Reckoner's Mark unit is good, because if we draw this later in the game, it's just going to take out their highest unit. And also, a 1-cost 4/4 seems pretty good. Going for Quicksand isn't bad, but I think we want to be a little bit more aggressive. A capture on Warwick. Yeah, I think that could be pretty good. We're often dropping him first thing, and the people we're going against, we might not be able to actually kill all of them, and giving us a little bit more time to scale up. The extra removal could be decent. Although we could make our Ziggs absolutely massive just right at the beginning. So this is be also doing a ton of damage. Yeah, I think let's actually go for the Get Excited. Just because we could potentially buy and get another upgrade. So this would be a 1-cost. But again, this could backfire. Rally Banner can be good. I actually like drawing this at the start of the game. Yeah, we actually have a lot of decent things. All right, Monastery. I want to go for the champion item. We might not hit up Remitter. Shaman is annoying, but yeah, let's go over here. Let's see what Lissandra has. So she does have I Am Inevitable, so this will be interesting if we can actually get that there. All right, let's go for Shaman. Warwick has so many Reckoner's Mark suggested. Wow. I mean, Reckoner's is great. All right, let's get rid of one. Well, let's get rid of the Bomber Twins. By having both Warwicks, we know we're going to draw our Ziggs. So that's not too bad. Could you do a tier list for the relics as general as possible without the full builds? I mean, the problem with a tier list for relics is that the relics really depend on the champion. So there's some relics that might be terrible for most champions, but then for one specific champion, it's really, really good. So saying a relic is like S tier, I mean, all it's really going to be is how versatile the relic is, really. Because it fluctuates so much based on the champions. So I feel like it's not really going to give you that good of information. And then also, if I do a relic tier list, there's going to be people that want me to include all the relics, and then there's going to be other people that are pissed that I'm including the relics that cost money, so then people want me to do 2 separate tier lists. I don't know, I'd consider it, but I don't know if it's that worthwhile, unfortunately. Okay, so we did get the strike off first. That's good. So our Reckoner's Mark will potentially get their strikes off first as well. Let's open with the Pigeon. All right, not bad. Let's drop our Ziggs. All right, solid. So Warwick is leveled, so we can get some free removal. Pray for me in 3 hours. I'll either get Black Shield or Stack Deck. I want Shield. Good luck. All right, let's... Yeah, we can let that go through, although we do have 18 damage right now for the Nexus. Let's go ahead and use one of these. How close are we to hitting our effect? All right, we're 2 away. So we are going to damage Warwick and drop him to 1 health in order to save him. We're doing this to get 2 pings of damage, which is going to increase all of our units scaling by 1, meaning that Warwick can actually increase his power so he doesn't get hit by the damage portion. All right, a little silly. Let's go ahead and attack, and GG. Nice. It's bad information to give out. If people look at that tier list and think they can win everything if they throw S tier relics on every champion, then you're doing a disservice to the community. Yeah, that's the thing. It's so relative to the champions that a tier list isn't actually helping anyone. The only way it would really work is just saying what relics are the most versatile. So it's like, oh, Beast Within. This is S tier because it's good on like so many different champions. But if you're actually looking for specific champion builds, it's not really helping you. What I'm much more likely to do, as opposed to a tier list, is just doing a whole build guide for everyone, being like, hey, here's this champion, here's like 2 to 3 builds that work out really well for them. And then just doing that for all the different champions. That would be much more useful information for people, and I'd be much more likely to do that than a tier list for, yeah, relics just seems like doing a tier list for a tier list's sake. And it's not really going to give people good information, and it's just going to cause kind of a shit show from people complaining that the tier list doesn't work the way they want, or the tier list covers or doesn't cover the relics they want, and it would be a problem. Let's go for a Time Winder, because this is doing a ton of damage. Like, it's essentially 3 ticks of damage, so just by playing this, we're able to get scaled up. And again, I'm a little bit... I don't really like the damage to everything, because if they have their I'm Inevitable, we're just going to be buffing them up, which we're not trying to go out of our way to do. The only value from Relic tier list is if you're salty about not getting them from Golden Reliquary. Alright, Scout, draw. I think we'll go for Scout with Warwick, because especially if we can get, like, when he's leveled, we get the quick attack. That could be really good. I mean, it actually wouldn't be terrible for Ziggs, because he does have an attack effect that could go off multiple times, but we're counting on Ziggs dying right after we drop him, which is fine, which pretty much is dropping him as a nuke. So yeah, let's go for Warwick. Augment isn't terrible. Alright, Omen Hawk. A video on build crafting theory in general that applies to all champions would be great too. Teaches people how to fish and whatnot. Yes, that would be good. Yeah, it's definitely something to consider. If I could make a video that tries to teach people how to think about building a champion and what to potentially consider, that could be pretty good. Well, think about that. I think this is fine. Yeah, pretty happy with this. Whenever I get Lissandra with I'm Inevitable, I quit. Just need to beat her 1 more and never go to her again. Yeah, I pretty much never go and quit when I see a champion power. Here, let's pass, wait for them to play something, and then drop our Warwick. Alright, so we can get his scout attack off. Fantastic. That's giving us a lot of extra damage.
Hey, you there.
So we could get rid of the Unraveled Earth. Yeah, let's do that just to push a little bit more damage. Alright, so we're 1 away from being able to level. Sad. Alright, so I think let's go for a Blood Hunt just to kill both of these potentially. Now, let's actually pass. Since this is fast speed, we can react to what the enemy does.
This'll take the chill off.
All right, so we could drop our Ziggs. He would die, but I think it's worth. And we can now go for Blood Hunt and kill both of these. Although I think we'll let our Warwick kill this one so he can heal up and scale. And let's go for the Blood Hunt right here. Alright, solid. Let's get our Scout Attack off, and that should be GG. Teaching people how to think. Yeah, it can be a slightly ominous when you say it like that. I mean, that's what I often try to do with most of my guides and stuff. I try to explain why you're making a decision and how it works. But yeah, that could be pretty good. I was wondering if you would ever make a video of champion builds, but without any of the paid relics. I mean, I think I've done ones for rare relics before. So I think I've already kind of made something like that. I don't know if I've done one that's explicitly all relics except the paid ones, but I've done rare relic builds, which is essentially the same thing. I think if I did a video for all the champions, I would probably have some builds in there that's like, okay, this is like the best build in most situations, just flat out, and then okay, this is like the best build without any paid relics. So if I do a build video like that, I'd probably have in something to go for people that don't have the paid relics. Countdown 3 when you destroy me. I don't really like that this is summoning a landmark. Inspection. Destroy an allied landmark to deal 3 to anything. But he is a 5 cost. I feel like we'll still go for the chemist. Oh, let's go for Wildclaw. Yeah, the only issue is that because there's so many champions and so many relics in the game, that any of those types of videos take an insane amount of work. And since I'm also still putting out like 2 videos every day, it's harder to have the extra time to also work on those bigger videos, which is why it's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I'll probably work on that potentially after the biggest thing right now is I have to get the guides done for the 2 new champions. So I'm not working on anything other than like anything in the background other than that at the moment. Let's get rid of the Bomber Twins. I think we will actually hold on to the Chemist just because we can play it for free round 1, which is pretty good. We're playing Cruel Experiments, Big Guns, and Black Shield. Yeah, I do have a bunch of different relic builds already out there, but the thing is, since the game is constantly adding more champions and more relics, they do eventually get a bit outdated, but we do have a bunch of relic builds already on the channel. Let's drop the Chemist to make them have to play something so we don't actually have to pass. We can drop our Warwick, get a kill, get our Scout Attack off. How are we doing as far as scaling? Okay, so we're 3 away. So even if we drop this... Actually... we could get rid of the Blood Hunt because we're going to generate it anyways. Oh, this is specifically for an enemy. We can't target our own unit with this. Oh, well, let's just go for as much damage as possible. All right, pretty good round 1. Hello, Kiro. I am doing all right. Yeah, we're trying to clear through the Lissandra adventure, and then also kind of just talking about Warwick overall. And especially if we see any cards or anything we need to really grab for the guide, we'll potentially do that. Found Toast by his guides also makes a big difference to me in terms of being able to defeat content and consider things while building my champs. Yeah, that's the thing is... with my videos, I'm always, well, generally trying to talk through how things work, what you should potentially consider, and also shouting out my own mistakes when I make them, which always happens. All right, so this would be not bad. I do like that you can always have a discard target if you want to get rid of your Blood Hunt. I think we'll go for Boom Crew. Also, the Mushroom Clouds are really good for that. 16 damage. Wow. All right, GG. Your monthly guides where you explain who and why you should take each champion, also very helpful at becoming better at the game. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, is just trying to help other people understand the game more and get better at it. How are you feeling about a 6-star now? I like Warwick overall, actually. He's a very fun champion, and the more I play him, the more I like him. So it's pretty good. All right, let's see. So 4 cost, 5 cost, 4 cost. I don't think we want more landmarks. That's another thing for landmark, but I think we'd drop this just because getting 2 relatively large units isn't terrible. But yeah, none of this is really great for us. All right, so we have 2 items. We could go for the Remitter. I think we'll go for the Remitter, but we're obviously not looking for the spell shield power. But there could be some fun things for us to get. Ally and enemy strike each other. They can't drop below 1 health from this strike. This going off twice. This actually isn't bad, because for one, we have a lot of units that have very low health, and this would just give us a lot of extra damage. And this is also fast speed, so we should be able to use this while we are attacking, meaning our impact would go off each time as well. This could actually be really good for us. Yeah, I think this will be solid. Let's go for the Remitter. If we could get something... Empire Above All is not terrible. I was wanting the one where all of our units have the extra 2/2 but take the 2 damage. Although that probably wouldn't scale for our extra damage, to be honest. Silence all unit. When you level up a champion, all players discard their hand. That can be good. That can be good into Lissandra. I don't think I really want to deal with it, though. I got Samira 6-star today because the other 2, Darius and Ambessa, were missing the fragments. I have Swain 6-star anyways. 6-star Samira is sad, but whatever. Yeah, I'm intentionally not getting 6-star Samira. I'm happy with her being at 5 stars. Let's do one of the reroll. That would be interesting. Oh, summon a Caustic Cask. That actually is going to be helpful for us because we already have this. This going off every single round would actually give us a lot of extra scaling. I think let's do this. Like, we could go for Vestige, but again, if you go for Vestige, that kind of taints the whole run, because it's then just, okay, you got Vestige of Helia, you win the game. So I think we won't bother. Also, kind of backfire for us a little bit, because we have so many spells we want to shoot at the enemy. But I think getting a Caustic Cask every round could be fun. Yeah, let's grab that. Especially since this is summoning the cask on our board, it's then our unit. And so the damage it does should count for our star powers, whereas the other one where it's like round start deal 2 to all your units, that one might not actually count. So we'll see. Let's go for the power here. Reset, Grit, Battlefield Training. All of these are kind of terrible. I mean, Chrono Break can't always really shift things in your favor. Let's use our last reroll. Sure, I guess we'll go for the armed gearheads. Yeah, it can be some more damage. All right, let's go for it that stares. Just find out that 1-star Morgana can win Lissandra pretty easily. Yeah, Morgana is very, very good. Slow, but very good. I wonder if anyone's ever taken Unstoppable Force in Lissandra. I mean, I was considering it there. If we didn't have the supply, the steady supply, I probably would have grabbed it. I think it's a very fun power. I love it. Let's get rid of Chempunk and Dredger. We can hold on to the other two. All right, so we could attack. Yeah, we could pass, but passing isn't really going to help us because they're not going to play anything. Let's go for our Warwick. He won't get the strike off, but he does have Scout. Let's drop this here. We'll get rid of the Blood Hunt because we know we can get more. All right, so Scout. Let's put Caustic Cask first to buff up everyone else. All right, leveled Warwick, a lot of damage. This is decent. I think let's go for our Ziggs. And suppose we'll actually drop this here. We could get rid of the cask, but this is going to give us extra damage, which is pretty nice. All right, so we could go for the Scout, but we actually don't really want them to play anything. So let's try to just attack and immediately end. Okay, GG. Nice. Very aggressive decks can win with it. I see Elise taking it, for example. Yeah. If you have an aggressive champion, going for the 3/3 and Overwhelm can work. All right, let's go for the Pigeon. All right, champion item. Play, I start a free attack, Fury. Fury is nice for scaling. The free attack would use up our Scout token, but if we don't have the attack token, it would then give us the attack token. The one issue is Warwick can be pretty weak and end up just dying. Because we don't have free attack or anything, or we don't have quick attack or anything like that. So I think we'll just go for the Fury, try to give us a little bit more scaling, because this one really could backfire. And it's not like we have Echoing Spirit to have a whole bunch of copies for our Warwick. We would like him to survive if possible. But yeah, this would give us a rally. All right, let's go up for the hard route. So let's go for Broodfather. I watched your Warwick run with double Succubus Brand. But what do you think about going for it once and Siren's Call? I tried Siren's Call, and I didn't really like it on Warwick, to be honest. So, yeah, I think if I wanted to replace one of them, I'd go for Stack Deck instead. Let's get rid of Chempunk and Bomber Twins. And I think we can hold on to the other two. Alright, I feel like they're likely to play something, so we will risk passing. We want our Warwick to be able to get a strike off. Alright, thank you. Alright, so yeah, we could attack with Warwick, but again, they'd be able to block and kill him. So we actually won't get our scout attack off now. But I think Warwick should be leveled by the time... Yeah, we'll try to go for it. Nope, he doesn't. He levels from his attack. Well, rip. I didn't want to do the math. Alright, should be fine, though. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, we could just go for the Pigeon. And I think let's just go for... a lot of damage. We're actually holding on to the Blood Hunt so we can play it for free next round. But we have enough damage, we should be able to get through this without any problem. GG. Yeah, I think going for a lot of removal with your Warwick, so your units can survive, they can keep scaling up, and you just kill anything the enemy plays. If you can do that, it's pretty good. So I really do like the build craft, but the big guns. I love theory crafting Warwick builds more than I like playing him. Yeah, there's a lot of fun ways you can build him. It's nice. I think we'll go here just because it's a 1 cost. It's dealing damage, summoning a champion. These two, they're just so expensive. We're probably not going to play them. Mother Cocoa Nuts. Thank you for the follow. All right, let's go for Howling Abyss. Playing Warwick with his Relic, Death's Foil, and Shock and Awe right now versus Nightmare Fiddle. Doing pretty good so far. Reach Fiddle, nice. Yeah, I feel like the Death's Foil is nice, especially for your first attack. It's just often with Warwick, you don't really need it after turn 1. Goodness. Let's get rid of these two. Point of Death's Foil is just to let your Warwick be able to freely attack without taking damage, which can be nice for your first turn. Alright, again, we'll risk passing. Hopefully they play something.
The oasis of the dawn flows again.
Alright, not the worst. Let's go ahead, attack, and get some damage down. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and just pause for a moment. Add drop, so just for anyone that got stuck in there, we'll just hold off for a moment. Have you considered playing the Bazaar? I don't know what you're referring to. Yeah, for Warwick, right, what I'm thinking right now is some of the things you want to mitigate for him is your lack of draw. So anything that's able to generate more cards for you, give you more draw, is definitely something you want to consider. And as far as support champions, I'm really thinking of champions that are cheap, so you can drop them easily, so they can just hit the entire board with their Ravenous Hydra. Then anyone else that can also ping the board for damage, or the Nexus for damage. So I've really been liking Samira. It's an auto battler game with deck builder elements. Huh. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really pay attention to a lot of other games in this genre because I don't really plan on playing other games. Like, I'm just focusing on supporting this one as well as I can. All right, everyone should be back. We could go ahead and use our prize fight here because this unit is already 1 health, so it's not going to be hurt. But we drop her down to 1 health and also just scale up all of our units a lot more. Kill a champion with 3 or less power. Okay. Let's drop this here. We might not have enough to get him. So yeah, I think we can get him up to 3 power. Actually, you know what we can do? We could use a Blood Hunt right here. So we could kill our own unit and get damage down. And then get some more damage elsewhere. So we're doing enough damage that we're boosting him up to 4 power so that he won't get killed by the Soul Harvest. Big brain plays. All right, fantastic. So here, let's go for our scout attack. We might play Caustic Rift, but I'm kind of waiting to see if they try to counter us in some way. All right, we should have enough damage, so I don't want to overplay my hand. We'll let this go off. And then GG. Nice. The Howling Abyss didn't scary as much as I remember. Yeah, it's very RNG as far as a fight. If they get a lot of very cheap units, you're going to have a bad time. But that didn't really happen here. Poison Dart's not terrible. Could give us damage on the Nexus in 2 different ways. So it's not bad. The Unraveled Earth, we kind of don't care about this because we don't really want it filling up our board because our board space is very limited right now. But it would summon a unit, would deal damage to the enemy Nexus, does give us draw. Honestly, we might cut this, so just getting more copies of it to cut isn't terrible. But the effects it's doing aren't necessarily terrible. All right, let's hope we get Trifarian Might. That would really help us right now. We do not. All right, so another unit for our board. No, let's not do that. Someone created ally granted 1/1. This actually is not bad in a couple different reasons. For one, we're already summoning like 4 units at the start of the game. Actually, no, we're summoning 5 because we're summoning also the Caustic Cask every single round. So it would make all of those bigger. But since we're also summoning so many units, them all having a random keyword could be good. That could give us like lifesteal. I think let's go for damage though. Let's just try to push or put as much pressure on early. They are going to scale like crazy, so us being able to put some more. I think I just want to go for full-on damage, and I think it's not a lot, but I do like the consistency. We could go for welcome gifts for the high roll, but let's grab this here. If we weren't going up against Lissandra, Avalanche would be maybe tempting. So we could drop this one for free. Normally we're playing this one for free, and there is no zero cost champion, so Summoner's Stone wouldn't actually do anything, so I think we'll hold off on that. Yeah, some of these are okay, but I feel like we have better options. I think we can get Mana Deposit, and we can get this. We're probably not going to play it, but if we do, at least it'll be bigger. I suppose we'll get the Time Winder, just because we don't really have any other use for gold. And then if we do play this as like a 1 cost, then it would give us something. Yeah. Yeah, the good thing is, yeah, these upgrades, it can be good and can be bad, but they don't give us extra copies of the cards. Yeah, I don't think let's get any of these. Champion item or cut a card. Let's go for Trundle, and again, I am inevitable. This should be interesting. Yeah, they always do a pretty good job of bringing over someone's kit from League and inspiring the champion based on that. All right, Caustic Rift. I think we'll hold off. It is a really good card, but it is just going to buff their board up. We'll give it a clump of Wumps just because we're normally not going to have the board space. We'll hold on to the other 2, though. Although Shredder hitting their whole board is going to be kind of an issue as well. Alright, so we'll still be able to kill that unit. So that's not bad. Alright, we could wait and try to let them play something, but I think let's try to get our scout attack off. Alright, let's play a Blood Hunt. That way he'll have the vulnerable, so we can choose where he goes. Although Warwick is going to be... We are going to be able to have him leveled anyways.
I'm watching you.
But Warwick does have the Overwhelm. Yeah, let's play this here. So we can attack like this, drag him aside, and we'll go and do a prize fight, because since we are attacking, the impact should also be triggering from these strikes, and so we're just doing so much damage. We're going to scale up all of our units massively, and we should be able to just end right here. And yeah, with our quick attack, our Warwick, even if he's at 1 health, is going to be fine. All right, GG. Ooh. Well, that was nice. Satisfying. Two sigils. I think let's go for stone weaving. Yeah. 6-star, yes. This is 6-star. Yeah, Warwick is a lot of fun. While it wouldn't be bad to cut a card, because we do have kind of a lot of trash in our deck a little bit, I think let's try to improve our Warwick a bit more. The capture is nice, but having double stats is also really solid. Yeah, we'll try to go for this. The strike is still going to normally go off first, so we're not going to get double the stats from this, but yeah, let's go for it. Also, then we have the bonus of if we used Iceborne Gauntlet and we captured their Lissandra, if they then entomb our Warwick, then their Lissandra gets released and then makes another landmark. So yeah, I think we'll go for Black Cleaver. This can also be a really good way to counter their Buried in Ice or their Entombs, because when we get resummoned from that, our stats get doubled again, so our unit gets absolutely massive if they can survive. All right, let's go for Lissandra again with I Am Inevitable.
My time is at hand.
Yeah, Warwick is actually fun to play because even though his powers seem simple, there's actually a lot to consider and think about, and you can feel clever when playing him. All right, let's honestly get rid of all of these. None of them are really going to work for us. All right, a couple Reckoner's Mark. This will be good.
I will bury the world in ice.
Okay, so she's not even... She didn't even get hurt by that, really. So we could drop some of our other effects. Yeah, the pigeons would just die. So this would give her vulnerable. So it's still going to buff her up, but I think we'll go for it.
The cold creeps in.
It's not particularly great. All right. Again, this would scale her up, but it's also scaling up our units. So it's helping them be a little bit stronger. We can't even play this. That's kind of funny. Sure. It's gonna die, but it is kind of more damage. Alright, so we are at 7, so he's not enough to be able to kill her. If he kills this one, he'd be able to scale up a bit. I think let's try to risk that. Alright, so perfect. He is now, well, he's currently big enough that he could attack and be able to survive. The issue is if they play their ice shards, I think it's called, to damage the whole board, they can get a lot bigger. So yeah, it's like our scout attack, we could potentially do it, but they could play that one spell and just completely ruin our day. Yeah, he's gonna level up afterwards. Yeah, he's very close to leveling. I think we won't risk it this time. But let's go ahead and put some good damage down. Okay, yeah, so they did have it, so their Lissandra is a lot bigger. If we just scout attacked, they could have killed our Warwick. Alright, the good thing is, Warwick's still going to get a kill. So while I do have a massive unit, our Warwick is pretty big, probably about to get entombed. Yep. There's not really anything we can necessarily do to stop that. Alright, so Ziggs isn't big enough yet to kill that unit. We could go for the draw. I think we might play the... Actually, let's play this first for actually the predict. Blowback can be pretty good. And revive the strongest dead ally. I mean, technically Warwick's not dead. I think let's go ahead and drop this here. So yeah, this will be a pretty rough attack. I think let's go for Boom Crew. Yeah, the one bad thing is these two don't have the overwhelm. All right, so again, our units aren't quite strong enough yet in order to kill them. They're at 8 mana, so they don't have enough for Buried in Ice, but they could still summon a lot of units. It is tough because they have strong slow spells, but they also have really good fast spells. I think we will actually drop this. While we're not killing them, we're doing enough damage that we could then drop like our pigeon. All right, let's drop this. Maybe after. Let's attack. Let's do as much damage as possible. All of our units are pretty much strong enough to kill any of theirs. Annie's attack might kind of backfire a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack like this. We really just need to kill their units. So the fact that like our units are dying, that's fine. We just have to make sure they can't kill us. I think we will pass for now. All right, so we have a massive Warwick. Is he just gonna get immediately entombed again? All right, yes he is. Well, that's fantastic. All right, let's drop a pigeon to kill one of their units. So the good thing is our units are big enough that they can't really get away with some of these effects anymore. We will drop our Ziggs. We'd like to drop this next round, but I'm a little bit worried about them being able to just immediately attack us. So let's go for the Blood Hunt just because we're getting to the point where we're running out of things to play. So just doing little pings of damage now isn't bad. All right, let's just try to attack and potentially end. We are doing a ton of damage. We don't want them to be able to play a Buried in Ice, even though our units do have Spell Shield. Let's just try to go for this. Although we're actually going to not attack with the cask, potentially. We don't want them to be able to kill our Nexus. Because we're so low right now that they might be able to use their one effect with the Ice Shard and kill this. Although we're not going to have enough damage anyways. Oh, that's tough. Because, yeah, if they play an Ice Shard here, I think we lose. Yeah, I think we're probably kind of screwed either way. So let's just attack and try to see if we can end. Alright, so yeah, that is ending the game, sadly, and we're losing out on our damage. Ah, so close. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do to stop it. GG. We still have our revive. Alright, so that went out pretty well. Now, our Warwick just being gone the entire game. Like, if we had another copy of Warwick we could have played there, would have been really good. Sadly, we didn't get it till the very end.
At last, my
But
time
considering we're going into I Am Inevitable, which is the direct counter, we're doing pretty well. They always have the one card that screws you over. Yeah. Right. This is decent. We might give it a Time Winder. We can play it for free. Okay, nice. So we can actually drop our Warwick and get a kill right away. Although they will be able to drop their Lissandra. So we could just flat out kill that right away. Yeah, I think let's actually... What do we want to get rid of? I think we'll get rid of the Blood Hunt because we can generate that. So this will give us some good damage. Alrighty. Well, at least they can't play the Lissandra anymore.
Now I pack a punch.
Yeah, that Ice Shard is such a massive counter to us because it shreds our...
Won't pass these walls.
It shreds our spell shield. Alright, so that unit's not even dead, sadly. Alright, so this is at 9. We could go for the prize fight. We can try to risk it. Alright, so the one problem here is if we do the prize fight for Warwick, it's going to drop him to 1 health. And so he's going to then die to the ice shards. So I think if we do this here, this will get enough strikes off that Warwick will level and then be able to kill that unit while surviving. Yeah, I think let's drop this right here. Alright, so they still could drop their Lissandra. Let's drop... Oh, actually, what... I think we've only played... Oh, we've played 1 card, but it's gonna count twice. So we have to remember Lissandra's stupid cost increase. I was going to drop our Chemist, because we could play it for free, but technically that doesn't really matter, because it's gonna cost increase everything. I think let's go for Used Cask to, again, just get a lot of units and a lot of extra damage. Alright, so a lot of damage. Really, really good. This unit is going to be damaged. So even though it's surviving, Warwick is going to kill him next round. Or at the end of this round.
all things grow cold. I will remind the world of true power.
Alright, so she's just immediately leveled. Nice. Ziggs is strong enough to kill one of them. I think let's actually go for the Pigeon, because I don't actually want Ziggs to do his board-wide effect. Let's go for the Pigeon, because flat-out killing their unit is a lot better. Alright, there's a Warwick right here, although... they're not damaged, so dropping Warwick, he won't get the strike off. But he would still be a massive unit. Like, we could go for the Blood Hunt to damage them, but we would lose out on a lot of damage. However, because they're going to immediately attack. But Warwick would be able to kill both of them. And getting the units off the board could be better. But they're going to do like half of our health. So it's like, do we want Nexus health? Or do we want to try to end next turn? I think we'll try to drop this here. See, we could drop Ziggs to kill one of them, but we want to drop our Warwick this round. So this is going to hurt because they're going to immediately attack. We'll be able to get some of their damage gone. But now we have a massive Warwick who can immediately do a scout attack off. Yeah, we can do our scout attack. They might sabotage this, but at least we have another backup Warwick. And to try to counter this, they're going to have to throw a whole bunch of spells at him. Okay, GG. Oh. Alright, so we were able to beat Warwick, or beat Lissandra with Warwick, even though she had I'm Inevitable. Nice. Alright. Pretty good. Warwick, even against an opponent that should counter him, is still able to come through. Now, without the 6-star, this would have been very difficult, but Warwick is still a really fun champion, and really the more you play him, the better he feels, at least in my opinion. GG. Oh, that was good. All right, let's talk about Warwick briefly here. So, what I'm thinking right now for his support champions is generally champions that are pretty cheap for one, so that you can drop them, get the Ravenous Hydra off early to get that extra damage scaling, and people that can ping the enemy Nexus or board for damage. So like right now, my go-to pick is like Samira, if I see that, because she's a 2-cost, she comes with the spell to ping the enemy Nexus for damage, and then that spell is also going to have Pyromantic Wake on it because of your Constellation. So yeah, I think that she's really good. Someone did mention Gwen, and yeah, Gwen should be pretty good because you do have that power scaling, because you're getting that extra, well, scaling from Hallowed and scaling from Warwick. And then when she attacks, you do that ping for a whole bunch of extra damage, so it's scaling up really fast. Quick attack supports, yeah, quick attacks are really good. Should probably put that down as a, yeah, something to remember. Do you like the Arcane campaign? Yes. I do have a 6-star Lilia. No, I'm not playing her right now. We played her yesterday, so yeah, we're not playing Lilia today. Overall, I think Warwick, like, your biggest weakness is overwhelm for one, because a lot of your units have low health. So you do have that bit of a weakness, and that's kind of a weakness you can't really overcome too much. But the other big weakness is you can run out of cards to play. But I feel like that is one you can normally fix with getting the right powers, or getting, like, you can normally mitigate that. If you go into an adventure knowing that's a problem, you can normally draft around solving that one. So it is pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and grab our Ambessa. And yeah, we can try her versus Lissandra as well. Can you do the Arcane adventure, or you try and champs for the guy with normal powers? Yeah, we already did Ambessa versus the Aurelian Soul one. And so the biggest thing was we're just trying to showcase Ambessa versus different opponents. So since we've already done Ambessa versus Aurelian Soul, don't really want to do a duplicate video of something I just did, like, in the past week. So yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. Alright, what build would we want to go for? I feel like Ambessa is actually going to get shut down pretty hard by Lissandra. I feel like Lissandra is really good at countering units, and with Ambessa, you're all about your units. Yeah, I feel like this will be a little bit tough, because we also don't necessarily want to go for an Ambessa only build. So going for like a turn 1 Ambessa like we did previously wouldn't necessarily be the best, because then she could just immediately get shut down. Stack deck could be solid. Make all of our units a little bit bigger. Yeah, stack deck could be nice. Being able to try to hit our 10 plus power threshold faster could be nice to have. Also, starting gold into Lissandra with that shop is really nice. Yeah, Succubus and Baru, that's going to be a no. It is fun how Warwick can actually do that, though. Yeah, stack deck is very much a, like, Aurelian Soul and Lissandra relic. Those really long adventures that, especially the new Aurelian Soul, doesn't have a lot of ways to cut cards, is pretty good. I think we still might go for Found Fortune. I mean, giving everything Overwhelm, it's not terrible, but we do have a lot of Overwhelm. For one, a lot of our units have Overwhelm, and then all the other units we pick up in the adventure have Overwhelm. So it's not quite as needed. Echoing is nice to make sure we have a bunch of Ambessa, and that way if one... Yeah, we could actually go with something similar to this. Stack deck's going to buff everything up. Echoing is not going to only make sure we have a bunch of Ambessa, but then we also get a lot of her champion spell, which can be really good. And then if they shut down Ambessa, we can just drop another one. It'll be a play effect, so again, we're able to pull out a unit, make it 0 cost, and give it an epic item. So if we get entombed, this is a somewhat decent counter to that. Yeah, the reroll one could be interesting. Although the last time I did that, we got kind of destroyed. I think we'll try to go for this because it's still an Ambessa build, trying to leverage the fact we're going into Lissandra. Black Shield would honestly be pretty nice to try to protect our units. But I think we'll go for this. Sure. The Ambessa Champ spell is the strike a unit and rally. If you kill them, that is. We're doing the stack deck so that we can try to get our 10 power, our attack, and get a kill really fast. Katarina with Scout. That seems not necessarily the greatest. Legion Saboteur. That's not bad. It is a 1 cost, 1/1 Fury. Might's not bad. A Morgana. Okay, so that would be a 2 to 1 cost normally. Alright, so some of these are pretty good if we wanted to go for a control route, which isn't bad, but we're in Noxus. Let's just try to go full aggro. So let's go for Katarina. All right, let's see what we can get here. That is actually one thing with the Warwick Adventure. We didn't really get any crazy powers. Like, we got the 1 power that got a cask every round, but that's also nuking our Nexus. Grit, Hallowed, Phantom Pranks. I don't think any of these are that synergistic with us. So let's try to reroll. Grow my health to match my power. It would be a decent defensive one. especially since we're attacking multiple times. So if our unit takes damage, they could then attack and kind of heal back up. But also, yeah, I don't... Mystic Meditation can be okay. It would... We have some powerful spells. And yeah, making like our Public Execution or our Conscription cheaper is not bad. But again, I'm wanting something a little bit more impactful, like Trifarian, Rally, or... There's another one that I was thinking of. I think I'm going to reroll. Enemies of -1, shield. Man, I guess we'll go for Nature's Revenge. The fact we get this every time we gain the attack token, we can gain the attack token multiple times, and the sapling will be able to scale up. It also makes it so we're more likely to hit our 10 power threshold. So yeah, we'll go for that. Sad we had to use so many rerolls there and we didn't even get anything that insane. Legion Marauder, capture the strongest enemy. There's a decent chance we get that. Reckoner's Mark is kind of funny, but she just probably die. Focusing Crystal is actually pretty nice. Doubling dice, while it's not bad, Lissandra shuts that down. I think let's go for Marauder. And I think we'll go for the Focusing Crystal here. Because again, we want to hit that 10 power threshold as soon as possible so that every attack we can just be killing their strongest unit. And I think we'll buy a couple extra Marauders here just so we're more likely to draw them. That will be pretty good. Could do a reroll here, or we could do a reroll here. I think we'll risk a reroll right here. Regen, Elixir. So stunning the enemy twice, it would go through Spell Shield, but normally the enemy doesn't have Spell Shield. So it going off twice wouldn't matter much. It would give us 2 slams, but again, I kind of feel like that doesn't really matter. Giving this regen can be okay, but the Blade Squire with Shadow Totem isn't bad because this is something already in our deck, and yeah, having Shadow Totem is going to be good. The one issue is we do have a lot of 3 costs, so we're not always going to pull out our Legion Marauder. We really need to cut Might. Yeah, sure, we can grab this. An allies attack, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. I think we're okay. We're fine. Let's go here for a champion item. Let's see. So Lissandra has All Things Grow Cold, and once again we're going up against It That Stares. All right, let's go for Sage. Yeah, pulling Cat is not necessarily optimal, but also drawing her is not bad. We could throw the Legion Marauder in our deck so that we're more likely to draw him out. But honestly, just having one that we know we can play also isn't bad. Alright, a lot of things we could play here. I think let's try to pass and then capture one of their units right away.
My training is unconventional. One sprint for each crack.
Alright, so we can attack like this.
Come on, boys.
Starting to get some scaling off.
The artist, the stage, the actor, the grave.
Alright, so that's frustrating. So they're going to get their unit back, but at least the capture kind of cleansed it of any stats. We can drop our Ambessa. She does have barrier. She is going to give us Okay, the worst possible option. Solid. They're willing to end, so sure. Alright, so we could drop our Legion Marauder. We wouldn't have mana for public execution, but I think let's go for it. Of course. This will give it 3 extra power. But that wouldn't be enough unless it also got hit with the correct item. I'm going to risk it because I really don't want this to get recalled. Give us Titan's Axe. Nope, sad. Alright, rip. So we could go for a stun. We could go for conscription right here, just so that these are going to be a lot bigger. Stun the strongest back row enemy. Sure. Alright, so we can attack. That one is again going to get stunned. Or killed. That one over there is going to get stunned. Let's kill this unit. And we can kill this one right here. This will give us another free attack. So we're not really getting any damage down, but we're getting our scaling off. And we're killing a lot of their units. Yeah, let's try to buffer up a little bit more. Alright, so she's 1 away from leveling. Okay, so they just keep making the Maker over and over again. Oh, I hate that card so much. So we can drop her. That would give us another card for free. She does have barrier, so she is a decent blocker.
The artist, the stage, the actor, the grave.
Oh, man. Double epic items. We actually need to use this because otherwise Ambessa is going to get killed. Although it's also generating a card, so that's not good. Alright, so she's pretty much screwed. Because even if we play this, it's going to create another card. Yeah. Not the best. Alright, let's go ahead and drop a conscription here. Alright, let's see what we get. Honestly, the Sage is one of the most annoying ones to go against. And yeah, going against opponents that shut down your attacks or shut down your units is pretty terrible. Let's go ahead and just... I don't really want to give them a chance to play anything to further shut us down. Let's attack, and we're probably going to use a public execution to attack again.
Keep your head down, okay?
All right, let's... Alright, so this one will be just under what we need to actually get a kill, which is a little sad, although I guess we can just drop this right here. Yeah, that'll be fine. I don't have the tunnel vision on that one. Let's go ahead and kill that, get our rally.
Heard you're new in the area.
Okay, GG. Little frustrating, but we got through there. Oh, man. Found fortune can't read statistics. Yeah. Oh, man. We really need to cut that card as soon as we can. Attack, grant me 2/2. That's pretty good. Give all attacking allies 1 power. Also solid. The one issue is this is a 4 cost. So while this is a very good effect, we really need to work on our early game, because if we don't get ahead early, we just get shut down. So I think let's go for the 2 cost. We want to have a very strong early game. Excavators, Savage Shield. I think we'll go for the shield. Voctopus or Chamber of Renewal. So that will give us Spell Shield, which is nice. Although Rimetusk kind of shuts us down again. This is going to make our... it's going to make our sapling useless, because it just every round is going to get summoned and die. Although the captures are annoying too. Yeah, Ambessa's really bad into Lissandra. Let's go down here for the Shaman, even though this is going to suck. We're doing Ambessa versus Lissandra. This can be fine. All right, let's drop this here.
Behind a basilisk.
Well, he's just immediately gone. Let's try to drop this here. All right, so we'll be able to attack again. That'll be stunned. So again, we can try to just get some more scaling going. All right, so let's go for a conscription. The Rimefang Wolf is going to be able to kill whatever we play. So yeah, summoning another Rictus is just going to be a problem. I think let's just try to summon some fodder units.
Cold among us, there's rocks in the boots.
All right, now let's drop a conscription. Because yeah, them getting frostbitten this round isn't as much of a big deal. All right, so we could immediately attack, kill one of their units, stun both of them. And I think we will. Rimetusk Shaman is one that you normally need to open attack, because anything you play, like developing it all, just gives them more chance to shut you down. So yeah, let's just attack. And now we're just developing for our next turn.
What do we got here?
Or at least our next attack, which we could actually do this turn. All right, Frostbite everyone. Fantastic. And they summon Galio. Cool. Cool. All right, so we could get Barrier. I don't think Barrier is going to stop the Wolf. And yeah, none of our units will actually be able to get a kill here. Although, we can use some of these effects in order to buff up our Ambessa, so she at least has some amount of an attack. All right, I think let's do a conscription here. I don't really want to copy the Legion Marauder because we're also then going to copy the unit that it has.
First me, then the worms.
All right, so not great, but also not terrible. So we'll be able to attack, they'll both be stunned, and this should be able to end the game. Okay, GG. Nice. It copies the unit that it has. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it does. Because it's an exact copy. We didn't want to like copy it. It gets hit with the zero power, and then them be able to kill it with the wolf, and then they get a couple units. We were a little bit worried about that. All right, these are both 3 costs, which means we don't want them. We don't want any more 3 costs. Let's go for a drummer. It can happen pretty often if you have the capture with a unit that has a Shadow Totem, because then when that ephemeral one dies, it then releases the unit, which is a problem. All right, so we can go for Spell Shield. And let's try to go for Wild Claw. Ambessa's struggling with hand space a lot, always has a full hand. Yeah, we have a lot of things we need to play. This can be okay. Let's risk passing. Okay. I wanted to drop our Rictus to stun whatever they played. That way they can't attack with it. All right, let's just go full on the control route. Let's just get as many of this card as we can. Let's go for Battlecaster. Just shutting down their units so they can't block is so good. So again, we don't want them to have the opportunity to play anything. Let's just attack, kill it, get as much damage down as we can. All right, let's go for Marauder, get that capture. And let's go for another conscription. Yeah, we're not taking our time to try to develop or do anything like that. We're just trying to drop units that are going to help us. All right, we could stun that, but we could stun it while it's attacking. We can drop our Ambessa. All right, that's fine. And let's drop this here. We're trying to focus on control. Control is so strong into Lissandra. All right, this should be GG. Solid. Oh, man. For Ambessa, the control, Rictus, Roots seem strongest. Yeah. Control is just so good into Lissandra. Huh. I guess we'll go for the Prancing Sea Spirits. Ephemeral copies are really good. And Targon's Brace, again, can try to hit that 10 power threshold really fast. Hunter is very strong, having Scout and double attack, but 5 cost is just pretty rough. By the time we drop this, especially into Lissandra, I feel like the match is going to kind of be over. And also, the more expensive the unit is, the longer it takes to get them on the board, which also means the longer it takes for them to scale up from attacking. So yeah, I think we'll just try to focus on our early game. Honestly, going for a champion item wouldn't be terrible. Oh, and we could cut a card. Oh, that would be decent. She Who Wanders. I kind of want to show off the hard route though, so I think we'll go down here. But if we wanted to actually win, it would probably be more consistent to go get champion power, cut our 3 cost, and then go up there. Deep cuts, hold it, new student. I think we'll go for the hold it. This can be pretty nice, especially to shut down like their watcher. So hold it's really good. Let's go for it stairs. Yeah, often into Lissandra, taking the time to develop is often a mistake. Let's give it a Battlecaster. All right, so we don't have the attack token, so dropping this won't really work.
The world awaits. Forward.
All right, let's go ahead and drop our Ambessa. Nice, we got Marauder.
Victory.
Is that a grant or it's... No, it's just the quick attack, so it kind of doesn't matter. All right, let's just attack, get as much damage down as we can. Obliterate all landmarks. Okay, that's fine. So we do have enough mana to play both of these. So let's try to kill the Rimefang Rip Pack, get a rally. All right, that is a little annoying. Especially because it's a 1 cost, so they could play it again. So we could go for our Legion Marauder. The one issue with that is that they could drop that same spell he just did again, which would obviously be a problem. And yeah, we're having a hard time hitting our threshold. So yeah, this unit isn't going to be able to scale up. It's like, do we want to try to protect our unit? I think we'll try to drop another Marauder. It's a bit of a risk. Okay, they didn't want to play anything. Let's go ahead and attack. We could wait for them to drop another unit. Yeah, so that when we attack, we kill them. But we have barrier, so it's not bad. Alright, let's attack before they play anything too annoying. Ambessa can get a kill here. Let's drag this unit aside. And potentially GG. Yes, GG. Whew. How much is this deck giving you? Probably just 1-1 at the moment. Oh. That can be okay. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, let's try to go down the hard route. See if we just get immediately shut down. Which, if we go down this route, that also means we have to go and face Anivia. How fun. Let's go for the messenger. This is okay. The Sea Spirits carried one of my Ambessa runs hard because they had the mana refill and create another copy of me in hand. That does sound pretty broken. Sure, let's go for a Marauder. They're probably going to play a whole bunch of things right after we're done attacking, but being able to scale up is going to be pretty good. So yeah, we'll just go for it.
Compassion, not anger, guides us. Calm mind and open heart greet the night.
Hey, Solari! Got a bit.
Alright, let's try to drop our Ambessa.
When others threaten.
Okay, so we captured 2 units. It's kind of funny. I'll drop this here, drop that there. Alright, so she's going to be at 9. It's not too bad. It's going to be at 8. She already made a midnight raid, so it's not like she can make another one. I think let's scale up, especially since these guys actually have overwhelm. Alright, so we'll try to go for the conscription. Okay, GG. Ooh. This is the message reminding you to drink water, stay hydrated. That is one thing I don't need help reminding. I have so many things. Yeah, so we captured both units because he already had the epic capture on him, but then from our found fortune, they got it again. So that's how that worked. Kill a damaged unit or destroy a landmark. Man, I feel like that could be great for Warwick. I think I'll actually take a quick photo of that, just because. Might add that to the Warwick guide. Summon 3 spiderlings, then grant spider allies 1/1. This isn't bad. The issue is it's expensive. I think we'll still grab it though, because this is a 3 cost, so we don't want to get it for that. This one's too expensive. This one, we could reduce it down. And yeah. Summoning 3 units to all attack can be pretty good. Why do I have a bottle of water on right and left hand? I have 3 bottles all on my left. Let's go for Brood Awakening. Alright, let's try to go for Jubilant Boro. Num Num Hungry Marauder, yes. Let's give it a Drummer. We can hold on to the rest. We like having some cheap cards, and then having the Brood Awakening so I can try to get reduced down. Better.
Follow along, little one.
Well, technically, one's water, one's an energy drink, and one is tea. Alright, so we're not going to be able to attack this turn. Let's drop our Grenadier just because he can be a decent-sized blocker.
Did you get into the snacks?
Yeah, Saboteur is just going to die. We might go for a Cunning Sweep.
Thought we'll find you some friend.
It's not that much damage yet, so we'll hold off. I guess these units are actually small enough that she could have blocked. Oh, well.
No one's the wiser.
See ya, Carthians. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Spicy's IRL relic build? Pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. Let's try to go for our Ambessa. Alright, zero cost Katarina.
Did you get into the snacks?
Alright, her having a scout attack is interesting. I mean, it'll give us another sapling, so sure.
They'll never know what killed them.
Water, energy, and tea, very strong build. I mean, it helps for me. Yeah, the scout does count for our Ambessa.
Who's gonna get in my way?
Alright, so we're gonna kill a unit. We'll actually bring one over here, because she'll get a free attack. Yeah, so we're not necessarily ending, but overall I think it's pretty good. Alright, so this should have us hit the 10 power, so we'll get another kill right here. And another kill, perfect. We want to make them have as few units as possible. Alright, let's go here. Trying to get another kill for us. And a rally. We could try to develop, but I think we'll just attack and then potentially use our Midnight Raid. And if we don't end, it's not that big of a deal. I think we'll actually, yeah, do our Ambessa, because she'll just kill the unit, so not having Overwhelm won't really matter. Alright, GG. Nice. Oh, perfect. Well, at least we can hopefully get to Lissandra, or at least I guess we'll get to Anivia, which could be the real boss. Alright, so 5 cost, rally, draw a champion. I don't think we'll deal with this, because honestly, this is just a worse version of our public execution. Like, this is just going to be a better version. I mean, technically, you don't have to kill the unit for this to give you the rally, so there is that. But yeah, I think we're fine. Let's go for the Cunning Sweep. I think that'll be better. All right, let's go for power here. Okay, slow but steady, that is good. The one downside is this will count as 2 spells for our Lissandra, so that it'll hit the cost increase faster, but normally we're not playing that many cards anyways, so should be really good. Definitely going to recommend that one in the guide. Like, one of the best possible powers for you to get for Ambessa. All right, let's get rid of the Might. Yes. Reckoner's Mark is funny, but probably going to backfire because we actually want them to attack. It would be... yeah, I think we're fine. It's normally going to backfire. Sure. We can get that there. Oh, look, Might. This, another 3 costs. We don't want to get it. Omen Hawk's not bad because we could play it for free. This Katarina is actually pretty good because with Katarina, she's normally not going to die unless they frostbite her, which is a possibility. but she could get a free attack, which would give us a rally if we don't have the attack token. So essentially, we could just use her as a rally. So I think getting that would be good. Focusing Crystal to increase our Marauders, also not bad. Making this a 1 cost, I don't think I really care about that. This is a 3 cost, which is a bit of a problem, but it does summon 2 Sand Soldiers, and it's slow. So this is summoning 4 Sand Soldiers, which they're all going to buff each other up. I think that's probably worth getting. That's actually really good. Like, that's a... For one, that'd be a lot of blockers. It'd be a lot of units to that all attack and then scale each other up. So I think even though this is a 3 cost, I think we're going to get it because that actually sounds pretty crazy. Heal an ally, draw 1, doubling dice. It's not terrible because this would have us hit... Let's see, champion item. We could use this to target our own units to give us barrier. Also, we kind of want to get extra cards for stack deck. So I think we will actually get a couple of these. All right, let's go for Anivia and get shut down. Oh, man. Yeah, pulling that 1 card with our Ambessa isn't going to be that terrible. I'll counter this drawing multiple Ambessas, so I think we'll hold off. Yeah, we can have Saboteur. I guess we do start at 4 mana. So I suppose let's actually drop our Ambessa. I think we're going to hold off on the Marauder, because while we could attack, I want to capture their Anivia. So we're trying to go for a little bit more of the control route and not full aggro. Oh yeah, let's definitely just shut that down. No, thank you. All right, so it is pretty big. I think let's drop our Katarina. Actually, this is going to go off twice. So this will kill her. And they don't have enough for the Harsh Winds. This is Spell Shield. Let's actually try to go for it.
I will be reborn.
All right, let's do a free attack with Ambessa because she'll be able to kill the Feral Mystic. If they block with an Anivia or Egg Anivia, that's totally fine with us. All right, so we could go for a Conscription. We could go for Brood Awakening. I think we will actually drop this here. All right, we still have Spell Shield, so we're fine. And GG easy. Nice. Oh. Yeah, we could have done our Kate if we wanted to rally, but I think we had enough damage in other elements. This going down to be even cheaper isn't bad. Hunt the Weak, I do love trolling the enemy, and this would go off twice, which I love to see that, but yeah, this is too good to pass up. Let's go for the champion item. Yeah, we'll go for Black Cleaver, because that will make us hit our 10 power immediately, and so any attack with Ambessa, as long as she's not frostbitten, will just immediately kill the strongest enemy. All right, let's go for Lissandra. We actually have a pretty good build going on, so this isn't terrible. We'll get rid of the Battlecaster. I think we'll hold on with the rest. All right, they blew all their mana on that. Let's just immediately capture with the Marauder. All right, let's try to drop our Ambessa. Yeah, we can go for Desert Wrath, because this will just give us a lot of unit, and it helps us scale up even more. Okay. They're too scared to drop anything. Probably because they know that we could kill them with our attack, but That was a ton of damage. All right, once again, they don't have a lot of mana. Let's go for a public execution here to give ourselves a rally, although we could drop Katarina for a rally. I think we're fine. I like Ambessa getting the kill because it also gives us the free attack. I think we'll actually go for the Legion Marauder because he has Overwhelm. Yeah, let's try to drop this here.
Crows will have plenty for all of us. You should have run.
All right, so we could attack and end like this. We could also go for Desert's Wrath, but I think we might be able to just end here.
Come on, boys.
All right, GG. Wow. All right. That was not too bad. They focused on units. They didn't focus on messing with our units, so that was actually not too bad. All right, that was really good. Had quite a strong build coming together there at the end. A lot of really good cards. Slow but Steady really is a standout for your Ambessa. Anytime you see this, it's just so good for you. And I actually really like that they didn't make your 2-star, your Conscription, go to burst speed. While that is a strong effect, it is just so fun getting Slow but Steady and then just summoning a whole bunch of soldiers with it. Overall there, Lissandra kind of just misplayed. Instead of focusing on countering our units by going for like Frostbites and Tombs, any of that sort of thing, she just tried to develop, which not a great strategy into our playstyle. But yeah, that was really good. I mean, yeah, Nidalee is still the queen because that's when Spectral Scissors was bugged. Also, I haven't tried to run this at 4 times speed, so I could possibly beat that, but honestly just haven't really tried. Yeah, that was pretty fun. All the Stardust. All right, I think that's where we'll call it for today. Got to edit these videos, and I'll be trying to get work on both the guides this weekend. Hopefully I can get both of them, or at least one of them done. Yeah, that'll be the focus. Once we get the guides done, we'll see. If possible, it would be nice to get another like big video, like the relic guides for everyone out, but we'll have to see. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. I won't be streaming the weekend, so I'll probably just see you here on Monday, hopefully. See ya.